Welcome to the channel. Let's dive into 101 random facts to fill your brain with. Number 1. Lemons float while limes sink in water due to their respective densities. Despite their similar size and appearance, lemons are less dense than water, allowing them to float. In contrast, limes are denser than water, causing them to sink. This quirky difference is often unnoticed in our drinks, but it's a fascinating example of how subtle physical properties can produce visible effects. Number 2. McDonald's once tried to revolutionize healthy eating for kids by creating bubblegum-flavored broccoli. The idea was to make vegetables more appealing to children, but it backfired. Test groups of children were confused by the odd flavor combination, finding it neither tasty nor familiar. The concept was scrapped, but it remains a peculiar chapter in McDonald's experimental history of promoting nutrition in unconventional ways. Number 3. The Ophiocordyceps fungus is known for its eerie ability to infect ants and manipulate their behavior. After infection, the fungus takes over the ant's nervous system, causing the ant to climb vegetation and clamp onto a leaf before dying. This position optimizes spore dispersal. It's a stunning example of parasitic mind control in nature, often called the zombie ant fungus by researchers and enthusiasts alike. Number 4. The first oranges, originally cultivated in Southeast Asia, were green instead of orange. These early fruits were hybrids of pomelos and tangerines. In tropical climates like Vietnam and Thailand, ripe oranges remain green due to temperature and chlorophyll retention. Interestingly, the color orange was named after the fruit. Before then, the color was often referred to as yellow, red, or saffron in various languages. Number 5. A hybrid of a cow and a bison is called a beefalo. This crossbreed combines the hardiness of bison with the docility of cattle and produces leaner, healthier meat compared to standard beef. Beefalo are bred in at least 21 U.S. states and are considered a sustainable livestock option. Their meat is lower in fat and cholesterol, appealing to health-conscious consumers and ranchers alike. Number 6. This fact was missing in the original sequence. We'll skip to the next available fact. Number 7. Tomatoes, potatoes, and eggplants all belong to the Solanaceae family, commonly known as nightshades. This plant family includes over 2,700 species, some of which are toxic. Early Europeans distrusted these vegetables due to their resemblance to poisonous relatives. Over time, careful breeding and cultural adaptation transformed them into essential global crops, especially in regions like South America, South Asia, and the Mediterranean. Number 8. Chicago's nickname, the Windy City, has nothing to do with its weather. Instead, it originated during the late 19th century from journalists who criticized Chicago's politicians as being overly boastful and full of hot air. While the city is breezy due to its location by Lake Michigan, the nickname stuck more for its political bluster than for meteorological reasons, despite widespread misconceptions. Number 9. Unlike honeybees, which have barbed stingers and die after one sting, bumblebees and yellow jackets possess smooth stingers. This feature allows them to sting multiple times without harming themselves. This makes them more aggressive defenders, especially yellow jackets. Understanding the differences in stinger anatomy can help people take proper precautions during outdoor activities in areas where these insects are active. Number 10. Some species of wild ducks are capable of flying at remarkable speeds, with the mallard duck reaching up to 55 miles per hour. Ducks rely on strong aerodynamic wings to migrate long distances between seasonal habitats. Although many ducks fly slower due to their body mass, their endurance and speed are key to survival. Flight efficiency helps them escape predators and find food sources. Number 11. Surprisingly, you can get cell phone service at the summit of Mount Everest. In 2010, a Nepali telecom company installed 3G towers near the mountain, enabling climbers to make calls and access the internet. China later expanded 4G coverage on the northern side. This technological advancement increases safety and convenience for climbers, allowing real-time communication even in one of Earth's most remote and extreme environments. Number 12. The open-world design of The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild was heavily inspired by the natural geography of Kyoto, Japan. Nintendo's development team, based in Kyoto, modeled the game's mountains, forests, and rivers after the region's real landscapes. This attention to topographical realism helped create an immersive experience that encourages exploration, contributing to the game's critical acclaim and its status as a genre-defining title. Number 13, broccoli has more protein per calorie than steak, which surprises many. While you'd need to eat a lot of broccoli to match the total protein in a steak, calorie for calorie, it's richer in protein. For vegetarians and health-conscious eaters, this makes broccoli a valuable plant-based protein source. It's also packed with fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants, making it a nutritional powerhouse beyond just protein content. Number 14. In Peru, wearing yellow underwear on New Year's Eve is a time-honored tradition, believed to bring good luck, happiness, and prosperity. The color yellow symbolizes renewal, energy, and optimism. Many Peruvians purchase new yellow undergarments specifically for this tradition, wearing them inside out before midnight and switching them after the new year arrives. It's a vibrant cultural practice that reflects hope and positivity for the year ahead. Number 15. Though bats are famous for echolocation, many species also rely on their eyesight. Contrary to the myth that bats are blind, many have excellent vision and sometimes prefer it over echolocation, especially in well-lit settings. Fruit bats, for example, don't use echolocation at all. They depend entirely on their sharp vision to locate fruit, particularly at dusk and dawn, when there's still some natural light. Number 16. Movie trailers originally got their name because they were shown after the main feature, literally trailing the film. This practice began in the early 20th century, but theaters quickly realized that audiences were leaving before the trailers played. To solve this, theaters started screening previews before the movie instead. Despite the change, the term trailer stuck and is still used to describe film advertisements today. Number 17. There are precisely 31,557,600 seconds in a standard year. This number is calculated by multiplying 60 seconds per minute, 60 minutes per hour, 24 hours per day, and 365 days per year. While we often think of time in hours or days, breaking it down into seconds gives a clearer sense of time's immensity. It also highlights how much can be done, or wasted, in a single year. Number 18. Your stomach contains hydrochloric acid with a pH of around 1 to 2, making it incredibly corrosive. This powerful acid helps break down food, particularly proteins, during digestion. While it's strong enough to dissolve materials like metal over time, your stomach is protected by a thick mucus lining. Without this barrier, the acid would damage the stomach walls, leading to ulcers and other gastrointestinal issues. Number 19. Donna Jean Wild, a 58-year-old grandmother from Canada, set a world record for the longest abdominal plank by a female in 2024. She held the position for an astounding 4 hours and 30 minutes, surpassing the previous record by over 10 minutes. A retired high school vice principal, Wild's achievement is inspiring, proving that age is no barrier when it comes to physical endurance and discipline. Number 20. Contrary to popular belief, camels don't store water in their humps. Instead, they store fat, which can be converted into energy when food is scarce. Their ability to survive without water comes from physiological adaptations, such as efficient water retention in their bloodstream. Camels can drink up to 20 gallons of water in one go, allowing them to withstand long, dry periods in desert environments. Number 21. The human brain cannot feel pain because it lacks nociceptors, the specialized receptors responsible for transmitting pain signals. While the brain processes pain from other parts of the body, it remains insensate itself. This unique property allows surgeons to perform brain surgery on conscious patients without causing them discomfort. However, surrounding tissues like the scalp, skull, and meninges do contain pain receptors and can feel pain. Number 22. The human nose is remarkably sensitive and can detect up to 1 trillion distinct scents. This capability comes from around 400 different types of olfactory receptors, each tuned to specific odor molecules. When these receptors interact with various combinations of molecules, the brain interprets them as unique smells. This expansive sensory range allows humans to distinguish between subtle differences in aromas, from perfumes to decaying food. Number 23. Newborn babies are colorblind, initially perceiving the world in shades of black, white, and gray. At birth, Their cone cells, the photoreceptors responsible for color vision, are immature. Over the first few months, these cells develop rapidly, allowing infants to detect colors, especially bright ones like red. By around 5 months old, most babies can see a full spectrum of colors, improving their interaction with and understanding of their environment. Number 24. Women's hearts beat faster than men's on average, typically by 6 to 8 beats per minute. This difference is largely due to heart size. Female hearts are smaller and pump less blood per beat, requiring a faster rhythm to maintain circulation. Hormonal influences, particularly higher levels of estrogen, also contribute to the increased heart rate. These variations are normal and considered part of typical gender-based physiological differences. Number 25. The human heart beats about 115,000 times each day, pumping approximately 2,000 gallons of blood through the circulatory system. This relentless rhythm supplies oxygen and nutrients to organs and tissues while also removing waste products. Over the course of a year, the heart beats more than 42 million times. Its efficiency and endurance make it one of the most vital and hardworking muscles in the human body. Number 26. Boys generally have fewer taste buds than girls, which may explain why many girls display a heightened sensitivity to flavors. Taste buds detect sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami flavors. Hormonal and genetic differences influence taste perception, and studies show that females often have a more refined sense of taste from a young age. This can impact food preferences and dietary habits throughout childhood and into adulthood. Number 27. You cannot smell while asleep because your brain deprioritizes olfactory input during rest. Although your nose may still detect odor molecules, the brain's sensory systems reduce responsiveness, including those involved in smell. This is why strong scents rarely wake you up, unlike loud noises or physical touch. The shutdown of smell perception is part of the body's broader effort to conserve energy and focus on internal restoration. Number 28. The planarian flatworm is a biological marvel, known for its extraordinary regenerative abilities. If cut into pieces, each fragment can grow into a fully functioning worm. This is possible because planarians have a high concentration of neoblasts, stem cells capable of transforming into any cell type. Scientists study these creatures to understand tissue regeneration better, with hopes of applying similar principles to human medicine and organ repair. Number 29. Baby opossums can briefly hang from their prehensile tails, using them to practice balance and coordination. However, as they grow heavier, their tails no longer support their full body weight. Adult opossums use their tails primarily for climbing and stability, often wrapping them around branches for support. While the image of an opossum dangling like a bat is charming, it's mostly a juvenile behavior, not a lifelong skill. Number 30. When someone lies, their nose may not grow like Pinocchio's, but it does get warmer, a phenomenon called the Pinocchio effect. This occurs because lying increases anxiety and cognitive load, which boosts blood flow to the face. The insular cortex, a brain region involved in temperature regulation and emotional processing, becomes more active. The result? A small rise in nasal temperature, detectable with thermal imaging technology. Number 31. When cranberries are ripe, they develop internal air pockets that allow them to bounce. This trait is actually used during harvest as a ripeness test. If the berry bounces when dropped, it's ready to be picked. These same air pockets also make cranberries buoyant, which helps in water-based harvesting methods. Farmers can flood cranberry fields, causing the berries to float for easy collection with specialized equipment. Number 32. Apples are members of the Rosaceae family, commonly known as the rose family. This botanical group includes other fruits like pears, peaches, and cherries, as well as ornamental roses. Apples and roses share similar flower structures, including 5-petaled blossoms. Though the connection may seem surprising, it highlights how diverse and interconnected plant families are in nature, uniting floral beauty with agricultural staples we eat every day. Number 33. Despite their nut-like name, peanuts are actually legumes. True nuts, like almonds or walnuts, grow on trees, whereas peanuts develop underground in pods, similar to beans and lentils. Peanuts belong to the Fabaceae family and are capable of nitrogen fixation, enriching the soil they grow in. Their misclassification likely stems from culinary use, where they are treated as nuts due to their texture and flavor. Number 34. Each pineapple takes between 18 months to 3 years to grow, depending on climate and cultivation conditions. This long growth period makes pineapple farming time-intensive. A single plant produces only one fruit at a time, which is why pineapples are relatively expensive compared to other fruits. Farmers must carefully manage soil, temperature, and spacing for successful yields, making pineapples both tropical treats and agricultural investments. Number 35. In the United Kingdom, street names often reflect the historical professions of their original inhabitants. For example, Baker Street was once home to bakers, while Grop Lane was a euphemism for areas where brothels were located. Some cities still have preserved versions of these streets, such as Grape Lane in York, serving as quiet reminders of the social and economic history embedded in urban design. Number 36. The short-beaked common dolphin holds the title of fastest marine mammal, capable of reaching speeds up to 60 kilometers per hour. Known for their sociable nature and energetic behavior, these dolphins travel in large pods and often ride the bow waves of boats. Their streamlined bodies and powerful tails allow for swift movement, making them both efficient hunters and agile swimmers in the open ocean. Number 37. A hippopotamus produces red-colored sweat, which is not blood but a secretion containing two unique acids, hipposudoric and norhipposudoric acid. These substances act as natural sunscreen and antibacterial agents, protecting the hippo's sensitive skin from sunburn and infection. The red hue gives the appearance of bleeding, but it's a clever evolutionary adaptation. Scientists sometimes refer to it informally as blood sweat, though it's harmless. Number 38. Cheetahs can sprint at speeds of up to 98 kilometers per hour, making them the fastest land animals. They can cover 100 meters in just over 3 seconds, faster than any human. Their acceleration is aided by a lightweight frame, long legs, and powerful muscles. However, they can only maintain this speed for short bursts, after which they must rest due to rapid overheating and energy depletion. Number 39. During the Manhattan Project, the code to access vital information was 271828, a number mathematicians will recognize as E, Euler's number. It's a mathematical constant with applications in calculus and exponential growth. Renowned physicist Richard Feynman was able to crack into the project's safes after noticing a pattern in the codes. This anecdote blends scientific genius with a touch of espionage and curiosity. Number 40. The peregrine falcon is the fastest animal on Earth, capable of diving at speeds over 390 kilometers per hour while hunting. This astonishing velocity is reached during a stoop, a high-speed dive where the falcon tucks in its wings and plummets toward its prey. It uses its incredible speed and sharp talons to catch birds mid-flight. Despite their speed, peregrines are also precise and efficient hunters. Number 41. In Russia, a controversial method to treat alcoholism involves surgically implanting a capsule under the skin. The capsule contains chemicals that cause severe physical reactions, nausea, vomiting, and intense discomfort if alcohol is consumed. The treatment is based on deterrence rather than curing addiction. Although effective for some, critics argue it addresses symptoms rather than the psychological roots of alcohol dependence. Number 42. The scientific name for the striped skunk is Mephitis mephitis, which translates from Latin to stinky stinky. This redundancy emphasizes the animal's most notable defense mechanism, its pungent spray. Skunks use their spray to deter predators, and the odor can linger for days. Despite the smell, skunks are generally peaceful creatures and only spray when they feel threatened or cornered. Number 43. New England's coastal regions have a notable population of polydactyl cats, cats born with extra toes. Historically, sailors believed these cats brought good luck aboard ships and were excellent at balancing during rough seas. When ships docked, the cats often stayed behind and bred locally, spreading the genetic trait. Today, these multi-toed felines are appreciated for their unique appearance and nautical folklore. Number 44. Ants were among the first non-human species to practice agriculture. Certain ant species cultivate fungus as their primary food source, carefully maintaining fungal gardens within their colonies. They feed the fungus with organic material like leaves and protect it from pests and contamination. This mutual relationship between ants and fungus is an ancient and remarkable example of coevolution and sustainable farming behavior in nature. Number 45. Beer ranks as one of the most consumed beverages globally, alongside water and tea. According to global statistics, approximately 1,121 million kiloliters of beer were consumed in 2022 alone. Its popularity spans cultures and continents, from German lagers to Japanese ales. Despite growing health awareness, beer remains a social staple in many societies, often tied to tradition, celebration, and community life. Number 46. When a pope dies, the Catholic Church follows a unique ritual to confirm death. The Camerlengo, a senior cardinal, gently taps the pope's head with a silver hammer while calling out his baptismal name 3 times. If there's no response, death is officially declared. Though largely symbolic today, this tradition reflects the Church's deep reverence for ceremony and ecclesiastical order during leadership transitions. Number 47. Male giraffes determine female fertility through a strange but effective method. They nudge the female until she urinates, then taste the urine using a specialized organ called the Jacobson's organ. This helps them detect hormonal cues that indicate ovulation. If the female is ready to mate, the male proceeds. While unusual, this behavior is a key part of giraffe reproduction and social interaction. Number 48. The savanna elephant is the strongest land animal on Earth. It can lift objects weighing up to 6,000 kilograms, roughly equal to its own body weight, from a lying position. This strength, combined with their intelligence and memory, makes elephants vital ecological engineers. They shape landscapes by uprooting trees, digging for water, and creating pathways other animals use, impacting entire ecosystems. Number 49. Yoda from Star Wars and Miss Piggy from The Muppets were both voiced by Frank Oz. A skilled puppeteer and voice actor, Oz brought to life some of the most iconic characters in pop culture. His work spans multiple generations, blending science fiction and humor. The contrast between wise Yoda and sassy Miss Piggy highlights Oz's incredible vocal range and creativity. Number 50. The emperor penguin holds the record for the deepest recorded dive by a bird, plunging to depths of 564 meters beneath the Antarctic ice. These dives allow it to hunt fish, squid, and krill in icy waters. To survive such depths, emperor penguins slow their heart rate and store oxygen in muscles, adapting perfectly to their extreme underwater environment and frigid surroundings. Number 51. During the Apollo 11 mission, the onboard guidance computer of the lunar lander experienced multiple alarms and system overloads as it descended toward the moon. These warnings were triggered by a radar switch error burdening the processor. However, NASA engineers, relying on simulation experience and quick judgment, allowed the mission to proceed. Despite the scare, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed safely on the lunar surface. Number 52. The puma, also known as a mountain lion or cougar, can leap vertically up to 7 meters from a standing position. This is roughly 7 times its body length, making it one of the most powerful jumpers among mammals. This impressive capability helps the puma navigate rugged terrain, ambush prey from below, and escape threats by swiftly climbing rocky ledges or trees. Number 53. Human fingers contain no muscles of their own. Instead, movement is controlled by muscles located in the forearm and palm. These muscles connect to the fingers via tendons, which transmit the force needed to bend or extend each digit. This design allows for fine motor control and dexterity, enabling humans to perform delicate tasks such as writing, sewing, and playing musical instruments. Number 54. From 1912 to 1948, the Olympic Games included competitions for the arts, awarding medals for music, painting, sculpture, literature, and architecture. The founder of the modern Olympics, Pierre de Coubertin, believed that athleticism and art should go hand in hand. Submissions had to be inspired by sport. Eventually, these events were removed because most participants were professionals, conflicting with the game's amateur status policy. Number 55. Vodka has a freezing point of around 27 degrees Celsius, 16.6 degrees Celsius, much lower than water due to its ethanol content. This makes it difficult to freeze in standard freezers, which typically chill to about 18 degrees Celsius. Vodka's high alcohol concentration explains its popularity in cold climates like Russia, where it can be stored outdoors in sub-zero temperatures without solidifying, making it convenient and always ready to pour. Number 56. Snow leopards are agile predators capable of leaping horizontally up to 10 meters in a single bound, longer than the length of a London double-decker bus. These powerful jumps help them navigate steep, rocky mountain terrain and ambush prey from above. Their strong hind legs, long tails for balance, and muscular build make them ideally suited for life in the high altitudes of Central Asia. Number 57. Using headphones for just 1 hour can increase the number of bacteria in your ear canal by as much as 700 times. This happens because headphones create a warm, moist environment by trapping heat and limiting airflow. When shared or worn during workouts, they can also transfer bacteria between users. To avoid ear infections, it's important to clean headphones regularly and avoid extended use. Number 58. Tigers have striped skin, not just striped fur. The dark markings are embedded in the skin's pigmentation, meaning that if a tiger were shaved, its stripes would remain visible. This unique patterning is like a fingerprint. No two tigers have identical stripes. These markings provide excellent camouflage in dense forest environments, helping tigers stalk prey undetected among shadows, trees, and tall grasses. Number 59. Taking a shower can stimulate creativity, and it's not just anecdotal, it's backed by science. Warm water boosts blood circulation and relaxation, which increases dopamine levels in the brain. This neurochemical is linked to creative thinking and problem solving. Additionally, showering is a routine task that frees the mind from distractions, allowing ideas to flow more freely, often resulting in those aha moments mid-rinse. Number 60. The Statue of Liberty served as a functioning lighthouse from 1886 to 1902. Its torch was fitted with electric lights to help guide ships entering New York Harbor. However, the light was not bright enough to be effective from a distance, and it was eventually decommissioned. Despite this, Lady Liberty remains a powerful symbol of welcome and freedom for immigrants and travelers arriving by sea. Number 61. On a clear day from the top of the Willis Tower, formerly Sears Tower in Chicago, viewers can see parts of 4 different U.S. states: Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, and Michigan. The building's sky deck on the 103rd floor sits approximately 1,353 feet above ground, offering expansive views across Lake Michigan and the surrounding flat Midwest landscape. Its height and geography combine to create this rare visual reach. Number 62. Walt Disney holds the record for the most Academy Awards won by an individual, with 22 competitive Oscars and 4 honorary Oscars, totaling 26. He received 59 nominations during his lifetime. Disney's awards span across animated short films, documentaries, and innovation in film production. His influence on animation and family entertainment permanently changed the industry and left an enduring legacy on global popular culture. Number 63. In 1969, surrealist artist Salvador Dalí designed the Chupa Chups lollipop logo. The Spanish candy company approached Dalí for a redesign, and he created the iconic daisy-shaped logo in under an hour. Dalí insisted the logo be placed on top of the wrapper, not the side, so it would always be visible. His bold, playful design has remained largely unchanged for over 5 decades. Number 64. M&Ms are named after Forrest Mars and Bruce Murray, the 2 businessmen who co-created the iconic candy. Mars, son of the Mars Company founder, entered a partnership with Murray, son of Hershey's president, during World War II. The candy's hard shell prevented melting, making it ideal for soldiers. M&Ms quickly grew in popularity and became a staple of American snacking culture after the war. Number 65. The letter J was the last addition to the modern English alphabet. It was formally recognized in 1524, thanks to Italian grammarian Gian Giorgio Trissino, who distinguished it from the letter I. Before that, I and J were used interchangeably, both representing vowel and consonant sounds. This change allowed better clarity in pronunciation and spelling, ultimately shaping modern English and other European languages. Number 66. Pigs physically cannot look up at the sky because of the limited range of motion in their necks. Their muscular structure and spine alignment restrict upward head movement. While they can tilt their heads slightly, they must lie on their sides or roll over to get a clear view of the sky. This anatomical quirk has inspired various myths, though it's purely a physical limitation. Number 67. The cloaks worn by the Night's Watch in HBO's Game of Thrones were actually made from rugs sold by IKEA. The show's costume designers cut and dyed the rugs, then added leather straps and weathering effects for a rugged medieval look. This creative budget solution became widely known after a behind-the-scenes revelation, and IKEA even released humorous instructions on how to make your own. Number 68. In one documented case, a man was observed using sign language in his sleep. According to a sleep study, he communicated fluently while dreaming, suggesting that language processing in the brain remains active during certain sleep stages. The phenomenon is similar to sleep talking. Only in this case, it involved motor coordination and silent articulation, offering insight into the subconscious mind of sign language users. Number 69. Bees are remarkably efficient travelers and can fly up to 60 miles in a single day while foraging for nectar and pollen. Despite their small size, bees navigate using the sun and internal magnetic compasses. Their strong wings beat around 200 times per second, allowing for sustained flight. This daily range helps pollinate a wide area, making bees vital contributors to ecosystem health and agriculture. Number 70. The platypus, an egg-laying mammal native to Australia, does not have nipples. Instead, it excretes milk through specialized pores in its skin. The milk pools on the mother's abdomen, allowing the young to lap it up. This unusual method is one of many unique features of the platypus, which also has a duck-like bill, webbed feet, and venomous spurs on the hind legs of males. Number 71. The electric chair was invented by a dentist named Alfred Southwick in the late 19th century. Seeing a man die quickly after touching a live electrical generator inspired him to consider electricity as a more humane execution method. With support from Thomas Edison, the electric chair became New York's official method of capital punishment in 1890, marking a shift from hanging to electrically induced death. Number 72. A group of pugs is whimsically called a grumble, a term that reflects both their expressive, wrinkled faces and their sometimes comically grouchy demeanor. While most animal group names are derived from behavior or appearance, grumble is informal and affectionate. Dog lovers and pug enthusiasts have embraced the term, using it in social media and dog clubs to describe gatherings of these endearing companions. Number 73. Archaeologists in China discovered a 5,000-year-old brewery, revealing that beer making has ancient roots in East Asia. The site, located in Henan province, contained fermentation pits, pottery vessels, and ingredients like barley and millet. This find pushed back the timeline for beer production in the region and provided valuable insight into early agricultural and social practices, showing that brewing was a significant part of early civilization. Number 74. Laughter, while generally healthy, can trigger heart attacks in rare and extreme cases. Known as laughter-induced syncope or hilarious syncope, the condition involves a sudden drop in blood pressure and heart rate, leading to fainting, or in very rare instances, cardiac arrest. Though uncommon, this phenomenon has been documented in medical literature, reminding us that even joyful reactions can have surprising physiological consequences. Number 75. About 4% of all cheese produced globally is stolen each year, making it one of the most frequently pilfered food items. Cheese's high value, compact size, and popularity contribute to its theft rate, especially from retail stores and supply chains. This statistic has earned cheese the unofficial title of most stolen food, prompting stricter security measures in supermarkets and warehouses worldwide. Number 76. Drunken bees, those that consume fermented nectar, are often attacked by sober hive mates upon return. Bees naturally police their colonies to maintain productivity and safety. If a bee is intoxicated, it may fly erratically or fail to communicate properly through its dance. Guard bees can detect these signs and may push the offender out, sometimes fatally, to protect the hive from disorientation and chaos. Number 77. Wearing a tight necktie can reduce blood flow to the brain by compressing veins and arteries in the neck, particularly the carotid arteries. Studies have shown that overly tight ties may increase intraocular pressure and cause symptoms like dizziness, nausea, and headaches. For those in professions requiring formal dress, it's advisable to loosen ties slightly to avoid putting unnecessary strain on the circulatory system. Number 78. The chicken came before the egg, according to a scientific perspective involving the protein ovoclidin 17. This protein, found in a hen's ovaries, helps form the eggshell. Since only chickens produce this specific protein, the first true chicken must have laid an egg containing a genetic mutation, thus creating the modern chicken. This discovery gives a biological answer to a long-standing philosophical riddle. Number 79. Penrose tiling is a non-repeating geometric pattern discovered by mathematician and physicist Roger Penrose. Unlike traditional tiles, Penrose tiles use shapes that never repeat in a periodic way, but still completely cover a surface. This type of tiling has fascinated scientists and artists alike, influencing architectural designs and even appearing in nature, such as in the atomic structure of certain quasicrystals. Number 80. Vodka was originally used for medicinal purposes, long before becoming a popular social drink. In Eastern Europe, particularly Russia and Poland, it was prescribed by physicians to treat ailments such as toothaches, fevers, and infections. Its antiseptic qualities and high alcohol content made it useful for disinfecting wounds and easing pain. Over time, its role shifted from remedy to recreation, becoming a cultural staple. Number 81. Gray whales undertake one of the longest migrations of any mammal, traveling up to 20,000 kilometers round trip each year. They migrate between feeding grounds in the cold Arctic waters and breeding lagoons along the warm Pacific coast of Mexico. This journey is vital for their survival, allowing them to give birth in safe, shallow waters and return north to feed on plankton-rich regions. Number 82. Only two subspecies of lions remain today: the African lion, Panthera leo, and the Asiatic lion, Panthera leo persica. African lions roam various parts of sub-Saharan Africa, while the Asiatic lion survives in the Gir forest of India, with fewer than 700 individuals. Conservation efforts are ongoing, as habitat loss and human conflict continue to threaten the survival of both populations. Number 83. No point in England is more than 52 miles from the sea. This geographic feature reflects the country's compact size and extensive coastline. Whether inland or near the shore, residents are never far from maritime air and coastal landscapes. This proximity has historically influenced England's naval strength, fishing traditions, and cultural identity, with easy access to ports and seaside towns across the entire country. Number 84. John Bon Jovi once sang on a Christmas album titled Christmas in the Stars, Star Wars Christmas album, released in 1980. His contribution was on the track R2-D2 We Wish You a Merry Christmas, marking his first professional recording. At the time, he was credited as John Bon Jovi. This quirky musical project combined holiday cheer with the galaxy far, far away, years before Bon Jovi became a rock legend. Number 85. Lego bricks were inspired by a failed architectural model system. In the 1940s, Lego experimented with full-scale house models called automatic binding bricks, but they were too large and costly. The idea was scaled down to a toy format, leading to the development of the interlocking plastic bricks we know today. This shift proved revolutionary, creating one of the most beloved construction toys in history. Number 86. When certain species of sharks are flipped onto their backs, they enter a temporary state called tonic immobility. During this trance-like condition, the shark becomes motionless and unresponsive, which scientists use to safely study or tag them. The exact cause isn't fully understood, but it's believed to be a natural response to stress or disorientation. Tonic immobility can last several minutes before the shark recovers. Number 87. NASA never spent millions developing a space pen, contrary to popular myth. The Fisher space pen, which writes in zero gravity, underwater, and in extreme temperatures, was developed independently by Paul C. Fisher. NASA purchased the pens for around $6 each after rigorous testing. Soviet cosmonauts also began using them, replacing pencils, which created graphite dust that could pose a hazard in spacecraft. Number 88. On a logarithmic scale, a grain of sand is roughly halfway in size between an atom and Earth. This comparison illustrates the vast range of scale in the universe, from the microscopic building blocks of matter to the massive scale of planets. It's a humbling reminder of our place in a continuum that spans from the infinitesimally small to the astronomically large. Number 89. The Sims video game franchise was inspired by SimCity, but with a focus on individual characters rather than urban planning. Creator Will Wright envisioned a digital dollhouse to test architectural design and simulate daily human behavior. What began as an experiment in building design evolved into a cultural phenomenon, allowing players to control virtual lives, relationships, and careers in an open-ended social simulation. Number 90. The creator of the Ouija board, Elijah Bond, died in 1921 after falling at the factory where the boards were produced. According to legend, he was inspired to manufacture them after a session where the board itself told him to make it. His grave in Baltimore even features a Ouija board on the headstone, a nod to the eerie legacy of this iconic talking board. Number 91. 3 U.S. presidents, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and James Monroe, died on July 4th. Adams and Jefferson, who were fierce political rivals, turned friends, both died on July 4, 1826, exactly 50 years after the Declaration of Independence was adopted. Monroe passed away 5 years later on July 4, 1831. The coincidence has fueled historical fascination, linking their deaths symbolically to America's founding date. Number 92. Barbie's full name is Barbara Millicent Roberts. She was introduced by Mattel in 1959 and named after Ruth Handler's daughter, Barbara. Barbie hails from the fictional town of Willows, Wisconsin, and has held over 200 careers, from astronaut to presidential candidate. Her full name is rarely used in marketing, but it reflects her origin story and the attempt to give the doll a relatable human identity. Number 93. The oldest verified person in history was Jean Calment from France, who lived to be 122 years and 164 days old. Born in 1875 and dying in 1997, she outlived both the Eiffel Tower's construction and the invention of the airplane. Her longevity has been studied extensively, with researchers attributing her long life to genetics, a calm personality, and a Mediterranean lifestyle, including olive oil and occasional wine. Number 94. The sandwich was named after John Montagu, the 4th Earl of Sandwich, an 18th-century English nobleman. According to popular accounts, he requested meat placed between slices of bread so he wouldn't have to leave the gambling table. The convenience of this meal caught on quickly. Though the tale may be apocryphal, the name stuck, and the sandwich became a staple of Western cuisine. Number 95. Male lions typically weigh around 30 stone, about 190 kilograms, while females weigh closer to 20 stone, roughly 130 kilograms. This size difference supports their roles within the pride. Males protect the group from threats, while females collaborate in hunting. Their muscular build and sharp claws make them apex predators, capable of taking down large prey such as zebras and wildebeest with coordinated effort. Number 96. A lion's mane grows thicker and darker as it ages, with some reaching lengths up to 16 centimeters. The mane serves multiple purposes. It provides neck protection during fights, signals health and virility to potential mates, and intimidates rivals. Studies show that lionesses prefer males with fuller, darker manes, making it a key factor in reproductive success and dominance within the pride. Number 97. The eagle devouring a snake on the Mexican flag represents an Aztec prophecy. According to legend, the gods told the Aztecs to build their city, where they saw an eagle perched on a cactus with a snake in its beak. They found this sign on a small island in Lake Texcoco, where they founded Tenochtitlan, now Mexico City. The symbol remains central to Mexican identity and heritage. Number 98. The first college football game in the United States was played in 1869 between Rutgers and Princeton. The match was held in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and resembled a mix of soccer and rugby more than modern football. Rutgers won the game 6-4. This historic event marked the beginning of organized college football, which has since grown into a multi-billion-dollar industry with national championships and massive fan bases. Number 99. Lions can consume up to 40 kilograms of meat in a single meal, roughly 25% of their body weight. After a successful hunt, a pride will gorge to store energy for days when food is scarce. Their digestive systems are adapted to handle large quantities at once, allowing them to rest and digest for the next 24 to 48 hours before needing to hunt again. Number 100. Forests are home to approximately 80% of all terrestrial species on Earth. From dense tropical rainforests to boreal woodlands, these ecosystems support vast biodiversity, including insects, mammals, birds, fungi, and plants. Forests also regulate climate, purify water, and store carbon. Deforestation not only threatens this biodiversity, but also accelerates climate change, making global forest conservation critical for the planet's long-term ecological health. Number 101. At Four Corners in the United States, you can stand in 4 states at once: Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico. It's the only point in the country where 4 state borders meet. Marked by a monument and popular with tourists, the site offers a unique photo opportunity and a tangible way to experience the complexity of U.S. geography and territorial lines.